Hello all. So regular viewers among you will have gathered, beside the dust extractor, my most used tool is the router. Not a day goes by in my workshop where something isn't getting routed into shape. I have three of them, two small Mafels and this one in action here, the Bosch GOF GKF 1600 CE. Being a half-inch router, it does the heavy lifting, so to speak. Mine is a 2015 model, so around 7 years old, and in that time has become the backbone of my operation. Imagine my disappointment then when, in the middle of having three pieces of furniture on the go, this starts to happen. You can hopefully see I'm pressing the power switch and nothing's happening. It does eventually start once again, but then, just as I finish this rounded corner, it cuts out again before I release the trigger. And it wouldn't start again after that. Bugger. This then brings me to the point of the video, the repair service from Bosch Professional. I've read so many times in online forums, groups and reviews about problems people have with tool service. And not just Bosch. I'm not entirely sure why, as very few seem to say what the problem was, so I thought it might be worth sharing with you folk what a repair service from a major manufacturer is like, how long it takes and what it costs. I've spotted a cheeky blag along the way too. Before I get into it though, let me just address something. It's sort of inevitable with videos like this. Someone will have a brand or a tool they use or are fond of and will tell me they've been using the tool or tools for centuries and it's never missed a beat. I couldn't be happier for you. But look, I've been on the tools for decades now and used many brands. Here's a little list of the ones I've experienced failures with between 1 and 10 years of use. Bosch is on there only now due to this router failure. I have other tools of theirs some 20 odd years old, still fine. One missing from the list you may have seen me use is Mafel, but even they're not immune. My little Mafel LO50 router has recently developed a speed controller issue. It's only 23 years old, I expected better really. A failure from whatever brand is largely luck of the draw, along with use or misuse of course. Everything has a lifespan, which is why power tool companies don't offer lifetime warranties. Right, let's go about getting the router returned and hopefully fixed so as to be back in business. This is the Bosch Professional homepage. At the top there is the Service tab. Click there and you're presented with this page, which offers links for guarantee info, a parts service, and the one we're interested in, the online repair service. Click that and we're on the order the repair page. Then it's the form for the tool's details, product number, name and serial. The product number and name aren't unique, but the serial is. If your label is damaged so you can't read it, don't worry. They let you just enter 999 for missing serials. Then in that box, a brief description of faults. I put, for example, that the motor was cutting out periodically, now won't start at all. Below that is an option for, would you like to send accessories? If you select yes, it gives you an option of 3, case, battery or charger. Now generally, you only want to send them what's necessary, so in my case, all I sent was the router motor and its plunge base. No point sending the L-box and all the other accessories. Send only what they'll need to repair. Further down the page is repair type, guarantee or no guarantee. If it's still in warranty, hit the guarantee box and repair or replacement is free. My router is long out of warranty, so no guarantee box ticked for me. Even out of warranty, Bosch have what they call max price. This means that whatever needs doing, it'll cost no more than the max price for qualifying tools. Someone told me their max price was £80, but it might vary I imagine depending on the tool. Interestingly, my router didn't qualify for max price, and I think I have a suspicion why. I don't think Bosch are making this router anymore. It's still on Bosch's website, and you can find the odd one still in stock, but none of the usual retailers have them anymore. Pretty interesting. I wonder if there's a new version in the pipeline, maybe a cordless variant. So yeah, anyway, my repair, if it can be done, is likely to cost a bit more than £80 then. The rest of the form is your personal details and then the usual checkboxes to I consent blah blah blah, I have read and understood blah blah blah, which of course you haven't. After this page is a summary and confirmation, which, when you click as finished, will mean you await an email about your tool collection. I filled the form out on a Thursday afternoon, got an email an hour later from FedEx saying they collect next day, which they did, at no cost to me. Bosch had it by the following Monday, had looked at it and sent me a bill for repair. Ouch, £196.97. Before I break that down, I mentioned at the beginning a bit of a blag. You can see the other two options below repair there. The first one is they'll return your disassembled tool to you unrepaired and throw in a 20% voucher to use in their eShop. Or the third one, the recycle option, is they'll keep the tool and recycle it and send you a 30% voucher for their eShop. And that's what I think is a good blag, really. If you've got an old Bosch tool, now defunct, maybe lying around, but have no interest in committing time or money into it to get it repaired, just go through these motions anyway. Let Bosch recycle it and get a 30% off voucher for your trouble. Damn good idea that, I think. Okay, so at this point I'm considering my options, which of course includes the sod it, let's just buy a new router option. If I was going to bother, it would probably be an upgrade, which for me would mean one of two big half-inch routers, Festool's OF2200 or Mafel's LO65EC. I was leaning towards the Mafel as, well, then I'd have the full set. The thing is, the genius with the Bosch is it's really two routers. The full kit, such as the one I have, includes a fixed as well as a plunge base, which allows me to keep the fixed permanently under my router table, keeping the plunge base for everything else. If I let this Bosch die and buy the Festool or Mafel, I'd need another router for under the router table, and a router lift, which along with the nigh on £1,000 for either the Festool or Mafel routers, would be around the same again for a decent lift and router motor for under the table. I love new toys as much as anyone else, but no, sensible head on, I just got Bosch to do the repair. £197 seems cheap by comparison. Here's the breakdown of the repair then. You've got labour, an electronics module, which is what I thought it was, a cord, which means power cord, which I checked for continuity and there was nothing wrong with it, but it was with Neutrik connectors, so maybe just a standard thing. And finally, transport for sending it back. Oh, and VAT. I paid for the repair that Monday, and it was repaired and returned by the following Wednesday, which, fair play, puts it exactly on their claimed 5 working day turnaround. Quick blast just to test it out then. Perfect. You can see they returned my old Neutrik cable they removed too. I gave it a little continuity test just to double check, and it was fine. Like I say, I guess they replaced it as a limited liability thing or whatever. Just happy to have the router back and working so I can crack on. So there you are. I hope this has given you some idea of what to expect if you get an out of warranty repair. It was completely straightforward, easy, and done in a respectable 5 working day time frame. I was a little shocked at the cost, but again, I have a suspicion my router is unofficially obsolete now, which might explain why, and why it had no £80 max price option. As for under warranty repairs or replacement, I don't have any first-hand experience, but a plumber who used to work with us a lot had a grinder mishap a few years ago on site. He returned it to Bosch and they sent him a brand new one 2 days later, which he's still using. For the sake of filling out an online form, not bad. In fact, all those companies I listed earlier, they all gave great service from memory. The only one that was a bit more of a pain was the Holzherr belt sander, as it had to go to Germany for repair, so took quite a while. This was about 20 years or more ago though, but all the others, a breeze. So take stories of bad service like I mentioned at the start with a pinch of salt. They've likely messed up somewhere, not registered their tool online for extended warranties or some such. So anyway, comment below if you've had good or bad tool repair experiences. If bad, say what it was that went wrong or why it was bad. Sure, it'll make some interesting reading for myself and others. Like and subscribe buttons are in perfect working order if you'd like to make use of them. There's a thanks button below if you'd like to support the channel in that way. And as always, if you've made it this far, thanks for watching.